My name is Cosbig, and today I'm going to be doing a persuasive speech on distracted driving. Most people don't really understand how bad it really has gotten, distracted driving. They'll hear on the radio like, oh, don't text and drive, or they'll hear from their friends, they've had like people that have passed away or whatever from either drunk drivers or people that have been texting and driving, stuff like that. But they really don't follow the rules kind of thing on it. They don't put it in their own lives when they're driving. They kind of just say, oh yeah, one text isn't gonna hurt, it'll be fine, that's it. But the facts really push you to want to stop, and that's what I'm going to be showing you throughout this. So over 43 states, and including Washington D.C., have basically banned texting and driving or driving under the influence of anything. And when Obama was president, all federal employees, and John Atkinson, he is the Highway Safety Association patrolman, he's the governor of that, and he is also pushing a bill right now to completely ban texting and driving under the influence in all states. So really pushing for that, hoping that goes through. So an example of something maybe that you can think of is, say you have a family, you're just coming home from work, and say your wife or your husband is out with their friends or having fun at the movies or whatever, but around 2 hours or so later, you get a call from the police that they've been in a head-on collision. That person and everyone in the car was killed instantly. You will never see them again, all because one person driving was either under the influence or they were texting and driving. That could have been prevented easily. Waited 15 to 30 minutes and all of their lives could have been saved. That easy. So my intention in this is to basically persuade you to stop when you get that text and think twice. Do I really, really want to put my life on the line for that? Do I really want to put this other person's life on the line for just one text message that could wait 15 to 30 minutes and it would be easy as that? So first up, texting and driving, big one. Over 2.5 million people in the US are in accidents every year. Not that big of a deal, right? Only 2.5 million out of 314 million. But the thing is, 1.6 of those 2.5 is all because of a cell phone. Over 64% of those people had a cell phone in their hand when this crash occurred. That's how many people, that's how many accidents could have been prevented if they had just waited. So that's almost half of them. That's over half of them. So 37,000, die every year in the US. Just from car crashes, that's just alone. But if you put the data together that I just presented you, 64% of 37,000 is 23,000 people that die every year because of cell phones. 23,000 people could have come home to their families, could have come home to their friends, anything like that, but they will never see them again. They're in the ground. So every year, 421,000 people are injured in some way or form because they were distracted from something. Either it could have been off the road, on the road, under the influence of something, or just texting and driving. But the thing is, another 330,000 out of those 421 were just because of a cell phone. 75% of those people. I'll put it this way. Studies have shown that you are 6 times more likely to get in a crash while texting and driving than to be under the influence of alcohol. Think about that for a second. You could go out with your friends, have a drink, be drunk, end up driving, and it would be safer than texting and driving. 6 times safer. That is incredible to me. The average time it takes for a crash to occur is usually 3 seconds. That's around the time it takes to start up your car. But when you are texting and driving, it takes 5 seconds to like have a reaction time to either someone stopping in front of you or you end up missing a stop sign, anything like that. So just put the math together. It is incredibly risky to do something along the lines of that. The chances of you getting into an accident while texting and driving is 23 times more likely than if you were just focused on the road and driving normally. 23 more times likely. It's incredible to me. I don't know why people think that it would be okay to go on the road and put not only their lives, their own lives, and then also someone else's life on the line. I mean, sometimes, yeah, it might be the cool thing to do, you know, with your friends. If you're in the car, you're searching up music or whatever, you're playing with the radio, but it's just not. I mean, I've done it before, and I look back on it like, wow, I had people in my car. I could have ended up killing them. I could have ended up killing myself. But a lot of people have the mindset like, yeah, I mean, I see that. I mean, I do it, but I'm a pretty good driver. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But that's the exact same mindset my friend had thought before her and her sister were killed in a head-on collision when she swerved into the other lane and was killed by a semi. On impact. So, yeah, not only her, but her sister as well. Her sister never got to do anything such as even her 10th birthday party, prom, high school, college, having a family, never got to see any of those things. So a study that was found was that 48% of younger children that cannot drive yet, but are able to sit in the front seat of a vehicle or even just in the car in general, are killed every year because of texting and driving. Simple as that. But to put everything together, do not text and drive. It's as simple as that. It's not needed. You can wait 15 to 30 minutes. It's considered worse than driving under the influence, which is a huge red flag. I mean, most people think they're all pretty good drivers. Doesn't take much, though. It takes 3 seconds to end up getting into a crash and you could basically die. So all of these things are taken for a reason. All these studies, all these facts have been taken for a reason, and that's to push forward for stopping this and preventing it in the future so that all of these people that will never come home to their families ever again may in the future actually come home this time. But next time you see that text, let it be. Wait the 15 to 30 minutes. You'll see them soon enough. Good.